just going to be playing live, doing what I normally do in a day, and show you what being a music teacher is kind of all about. I wake up super early in the morning so I could drive 45 minutes into the main town. I get the privilege of teaching 3 days a week. I teach a multitude of different stringed instruments, including piano, voice, mandolin, recorders, flutes, all sorts of stuff. Woodwinds and strings are generally the thing that I teach, but if you have an instrument that you don't know how to play and you want to play, bring it. Let's learn it. I'm playing right now with a student an instrument called a sanshin. It's a Chinese instrument, a 3-stringed instrument. It's very, very cool. It's simplified, but it really relies on some traditional music, and it relies on having some really cool plectrum strumming. And the way you pluck down on it with a plectrum strum is with this big old pick that's made out of bone or ivory. Very cool. You could also have wood ones as well. Right now I'm just going to do a recap for one of my students, explain a really cool concept that we worked on this morning, and then hopefully this is something that you enjoy as well. So if you got your banjo or any of your instruments at home, play along. The reason why I'm doing this is I like to field music questions from people that are just watching me do my nonsense, and I'm shamelessly trying to reach 4,000 watch hours. We've got like 23,000 right now. As soon as we hit 3,000, we could have people that subscribe, shucks, even do a store, maybe sell some of these stupid bandanas that I have of my own. Not the fish one, just my own logo. Other than that, if you have questions about music theory and or curriculum, ask them, but I'm just gonna be going on with my day. Got my other phone here. I'm gonna record a lesson. Watch me now. I'm going down. Aloha, it was wonderful seeing you today. Tell you what, I always enjoy playing the banjo with you. I do hope you have a great week, but if you have 5 minutes here or there, could you do me a grand old favor? Play a little music for me. We're gonna view this through the eyes of G major, but let's make sure that we're in tune. We got our 5-string. Nice. We have our D. This is our 4-string. Remember, the banjo is like a tenor banjo, and then we add that 5-string, so you're not really even gonna need to know how to play that 5-string for right now. We're gonna show that with chords. I know that you know all of your chords. We have gone through the circle of fifths, and we have talked about why chords have a triad, 1, 3, 5, and how to hear those as 2 dyads, which have either a major feeling or they have a minor feeling. So you could either have this, or you could have this. Either way, when you stack those two, it's called tertiary harmony, and that is what we use to make music. With the banjo, it's already in the key of G because the notes that we have are G, D, G, B, and D, meaning you have a D and a D, and you have a G and a G. That sounds like it. The only note that's not one of those, it's going to be the B. So when you play the B, it's going to give you an alternate tune. For those of you who just jumped in, I'm recording a student lesson right now. If you have any questions about the banjo or music theory in general, put something. However, I'm shamelessly promoting myself to get watch time hours. Very much excited about being monetized. All right, when we play the G major and we go next to our A minor, we are playing our 1st finger here, 2nd finger here, and then I would like to encourage you to try and play both of your strings with 1 finger. This allows you to open up 2 fingers for awesomeness. And if you don't want to do that, keep on going with Old Faithful. Just remember you have that option. When we scoot that whole shape up a whole step, we are doing our first interaction of the scale system. Whole step, G to A, that there is a whole step. When we go from the A, which is a minor in seniority, means it doesn't sound happy. It sounds kind of sad. And we move that all the way up. We get a B minor. Now here's the golden part of this pony boy. We could either go to the 5th fret and bar it to get a major, because anytime on a G tuning that you just play a full bar, you get a major chord. To make that major a minor, you know, we put that down a 1/2 step on the B string, the only one that's not like the others. One of these strings is not like the others. It's the B, the 2 string. So when playing G major, A minor, B minor, C major, remember you can double back and play that at the 1st fret, holding down our B string at the 1st fret to change that to a B sharp, otherwise known as a C natural. And then we're going to be putting 2 fingers on the D strings because both of them are the same. You don't want to have one on one and one on the other. Yuck! That's a diatone. You don't want to hear that minor 2nd. Nonsense. All right, so when we play this, we're going to do G to A minor, B minor, C major. Of course, if you teeter-totter by taking a finger off, moving a finger, throwing a finger down, moving that up a whole step, and then barring the whole fret and or just the note that was not being covered, you get a D. C major, C sharp, D. After that, D major, we have an E minor. You can scoot that up another whole step and remove the third, which makes it major. That gives you our D minor shape, E minor shape, which allows us to hear a minor sonority or tonality. And then between all these notes, including the last note, F sharp diminished, we have our lending and or leading tone. Today, we talked about what these positions are in music. Now, we've already written 2 or 3 songs, we've come up with melody lines, we've drawn it on the whiteboard, and we've put notes to the grand staff. Now, what we're trying to do is understand why we use those notes. I'm going to leave you with a really cool thing based off of the 6th position, the submedian, but today we're going to talk about what the other ones are. So, in the key of G, when we play G major, it is our 1, our tonic, our root, the foundation. When we talk about the key of G major, the reason why G major is the 1 chord, because it cannot be any other chord. It would not have the namesake of having a G major. Now, the G major shares a key with G major and E minor, meaning if you could play a C major and remove your first finger, you get an E minor, which you can have the open G, but when you move it up, you don't want that to be there. So I would tell you, if anybody's watching this at home, try and go down from your D. When we're playing bluegrass, you'll have picks on. It's much easier to go in there. And when you're doing clawhammer, the idea is you want to come down in it at an angle so your finger catches just that D string. This is a great idea for acoustic players as well if you're trying to get rid of the plectrum pick, and if you're just trying to get a little bit more consistency on where these notes are. For sure. So, when we're playing this kind of groove, we're going to be looking at G major as our tonic. When we play the A minor, it's considered the subtonic. Now, in a progression, if we were doing like G major to D major to a C major, back to a G, we'd be playing a 1 chord, a 5 chord, a 4 chord, then the 1. But let's say we're talking and we're telling a story and we go through all of our options, having something along the lines of yay diddle 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 cam the fiddle diddle 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 down diddle down diddle bound diddle down diddle 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 down diddle down. That feels like a progression where it goes through and you could have a different melody going up and down, over, in and out. But if you just have a concept like I like clouds, clouds, yeah, the song's over. You don't have any more room to explain what's going on in word, spoken, or sung, or being able to just do a melody. You can put anything in between notes, but you don't want to rush anything. So the idea for this exercise, play a groove like that original 1, 5, 4, but rather going back to the 1, go to the subtonic. See if you could hold that out and then go right back to the 1 to begin the next statement. When we're writing out a period, it's composed of 2 different types of phrasings. The phrasings generally are 4 measures, meaning you have something along the lines of ha da 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 da, ha da 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 da, da 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 da, ha da 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 da. It's like a call and response and an answer and a question thing. Let's see here. I'm going to record this video, then I'll answer questions. Give me just a second, y'all. So, what I'd love you to do is just say the names of these intervals, say them as a chord, and then memorize what their special positions are. The subtonic, it can be used in lieu of the tonic as a place to come back to. So if you're doing something which is more than just 3 chords, let's say like A minor to a B minor to a C major, then maybe a D major, you've got this little groove going on, you've got 4 chords in a row. You would feel good going back to the 1 right there, but instead of going to the 1, hit that A minor. Hold it out. Then back to the 1. That's going to build an amazing amount of tension, and it's not because the A minor causes tension, it's just simply because the A minor wasn't the G. That's it. The median of every single 7-note scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, determines in the chord what a major or a minor is. G major, G minor, A minor, A major. Whenever you can spell a chord 1, 3, 5, flatten the third, you are flattening the median. That determines whether a chord is going to be major or minor. It's a great idea because it helps with fretboard recognition for every instrument and even being able to sing them. Being able to hear that is crucial for understanding a minor scale. And then lastly, when we have our subdominant in the key of G, we have a C. Our dominant is the D, which means no matter what your progression is diatonically, all the chords that go towards D get drawn there because D has the most dominancy over all of the other triads, which means no matter what the progression is, hear how the chords just want to go to that D? Ow! If you avoid that D and put in any other chord, it just doesn't have the same resolution. E minor? That's called a deceptive cadence when you use the 6th of the chord. It's not that it's not bad, it's just not what my ear wants to hear right now. So if we're able to do these chords and see them in order as your C major, the 4 holds a little bit of tension, but not as much as the 5 as the dominant. Your 6 is the submedian. That has a whole different classification that I would love to do a whole video or a whole session with you for that idea. And then lastly, our F sharp diminished, our lending and or leading tone. Here's what I'm going to leave you with. When we play G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, we get all the chords in G major. When we flatten the 3, flatten the 6, and flatten the 7, we have now turned G major into G minor with our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1. Natural minor is how you influence melodic minor or harmonic minor. Simply said, next week what we're going to do is talk about how to keep the minor third, but then when we go up, influence the natural minor, that F sharp rather than keeping the F natural, and we get something called harmonic minor. We're going to build off of there and show you what a melodic minor ascending and what a melodic minor descending is. However, this is a great position for us to start off. And by the way, I love the key of B flat. Hopefully we can play in that key. Till next week, aloha! All right, that's what I generally do for my sessions for my students. Makes a lot of sense to me just to kind of hang out with them for 30 minutes, answer questions from them, and then answer anything I can musically. Let's see here. I'm going to go to tippy top, see if I can jump on something here. Why can't I see these? I can't see anything all the way above this? Crazy. Hold on, I got to change the button. I don't know how to use this thing live. There we go. Well, I can't read anything above there. A, F sharp, E7, yeah. You know any of Earl Scruggs? Yeah, a little bit. Anybody who owns a banjo should know a couple Earl Scruggs songs. Let's see here. I don't know how to keep this live thing going. Perhaps some block from Union Station. I don't know that. Ooh, let me write that down. That Rob Block. Thanks, Kevin. Rob Block. I'm always up for looking at new stuff. Rob Block from Union Station. If I remember correctly, Union Station had a couple hits in the 2000s. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll look them up. Do. I am the dominant D. Yeah, it's good. Impress me with that. Can I ask you to press me with the banjo? Sure. A little Balefleck? Anybody? Love it. Mine's not like the dumpster version of Balefleck, but Balefleck, none the same. Yeah, Scruggs, Stanley, Blue Moon. What is that in A? No, it's in G. No, it's in Blue Moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and through. Blue Moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone, let it blue. Let's see here. I'll answer all these questions if I can. Kevin, we're best friends now. Old Glory and Kevin finally came together. You know, I like that. Do-rag, nah, that's the Doug rag. Perhaps this is the Rob Block from music. No, I'm just Wago. Cardi B's Whoop. That's good. Do I do bamboo lessons? Bamboo flutes. Sing some cake. All right. To me, coming to you, friend is a four-letter word, and is the only part of the word. What a great album that was, Fashion Nugget. If you haven't heard of Cake, check out Fashion Nugget. Wonderful. Plays sailing banjos. I don't know that one. I need a jug player. Tell you what, my wife's out of town. When she comes back, I'll suggest that. Blue Moon's in E flat? Really? Yuck. That's amazing. All right. Well, E flat. Blue Moon of... Yeah, that sounds stupid high. Blue Moon of Kentucky, keep on. Well, if that's an E flat, F, G, A. Keep on. No, A flat. E flat? Yeah, E flat, A flat. And then a B flat major. Is that right? Yeah, that's a hard one. E flat. I'll have to learn that one in the right key. Any banjo players on here? Do you use a capo? This is great. Hey, thanks, Roman. Glad you dig it. Can you play the skin flute? Yeah, I sure can, Michael. Thanks for being here. It's nice to see you. Why do you only play with two fingers? I dislike the picks that I play with the banjo style for bluegrass. So when doing forward rolls like 3-2-1, 3-2-1, 3-1, or 3-2-1 and extending that, I never really got great at doing that. So I have a plectrum style. I've combined the two different types of styles, bluegrass and clawhammer, to get something which is a little bit closer to like bluegrass flat picking for guitar, which is more of my main instrument. It allows me to know exactly where my note is. And when I do my plectrum strum, rather than wearing a thumb pick, I just kind of do it with my nail, which is rather long generally, unless I'm doing labor and I snap it off. Other than that, really shouldn't play the banjo with these two fingers. They're only meant to like kind of hold yourself up, and I'm not a big fan of touching this, so I float. But you will see many banjo players have a dirty head right here. Dirty head. And then you'll have like two finger marks here with dirty finger marks. I generally don't do that, and also I change out my heads every year or so I get that nice crisp sound. I definitely love playing banjo for anybody and any time, and the workshops that I run here on the Saturdays, first of every month, generally we never have any banjo players, so I always get to play it. Oh, glory. Hey, thanks for subbing. Tell you what, I'm not going to lie to you. This is shameless promotion. I'm trying to clock watch time hours. As soon as I get monetized, I'm going to buy myself an interface and stop dropping signals, and maybe even a lapel mic so you can hear what I'm saying. It's not so rustled. You can put it in my beard if you want. I do have a neck. Somebody asked me if I have a neck or if I'm a robot. Do 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 ba do da 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 do. Boa night? Boa night? I don't know what that means. Is that English? Venice? Bona. Can I play along with what? Robert Miner. Some music? Yeah, what kind of music do you want to hear? We could do, how about just something like, I've got my other phone here. I'll probably get a copyright on here. How about, I don't know, what's a really famous banjo song that you want to hear? Is it... I was born in, well, I wasn't born there, but I lived a long time in Tennessee. Rocky Top? Anybody out there know Rocky Top? Anybody out there have their instrument too? Play with me. Tell you what, I do have a student coming in here in a minute, but I do want to play just a little bit. Let's see here. What key? I hope they're in G. I was born as well. I don't pay for YouTube. If I ever got monetized, I would actually pay to not have commercials. Does anybody else here pay to not have? I guess Middle Tennessee. I was born in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Actually, I was born in Cleveland, Ohio, but I moved to Tennessee when I was very, very young. Spent 15 years there. Went to Lakeview Middle School. If there's anybody on the channel that knows. Woo, that's fast. Ooh, it's in G sharp or A flat. Oh, it's not. What are keys in it? Yeah, it's not in the key I'm used to playing. I'm used to playing into the key of C or G. That's a little weird. Anywho. No, not playing with that. That's garbage. Dolly? Oh, Dolly Parton. Has anybody had a chance to see Dolly? I've seen her many times. Anybody here from Tennessee? I think that sounds good. Briley. Oh, Briley Parkway? Oh, my goodness. Oh, glory. Oh, she's wonderful. Yeah, I don't know. I thought this was in the key G. Wish that I was on a rocky top down in the Tennessee. Ain't no smog and smoke on Rocky Top, ain't no phone bill. Once two strangers climbed on Rocky Top looking for a moonshine still. They come down high on Rocky Top, reckon they never will. Rocky Top, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. Sweet home, Rocky Top, Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Top. Haven't played that one forever. I tell you what, if you are enjoying this, me, blah, 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 in this station, the creativity that spawns out of this comment section, especially you there, Colton, I would say subscribe. If you play an instrument, great. A lot of people like my backdrops and my silly character. Other than that, I'm pretty authentic, pretty me. Other than that, I've got to go teach a session right now. I wish that I could stay on here forever and talk story. However, I do want to hear what everybody's up to. In the comment section, if you are listening to a band right now, which is your favorite, put in there. I want to review this comment section just a little bit, just so I can learn new music. Oh, Jillian's? Wow, I think that was, I'm 45. I moved out of there before I got to understand the nightlife and all that stuff down there. But yeah, I remember that well. Briley Parkway took off after I left. In fact, Opryland's no longer even there. I assume the Grand Ole Opry's there, but Opryland, I think they tore it down. My parents used to drop me off there at like 7 in the morning and didn't come pick us up till like 6 at night. That was our kids when we were young. Pretty sure Hardin County plays like Lakeview sports. Oh, yeah. We traveled everywhere for sports. I don't really sports ball anymore. I do music. Nice beer game recognizes beer game. Right on. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, beer game. I just cut it yesterday. It was down here. I don't know about you, but I don't go see anybody. I just twist this sucker up and then cut it off when it gets too crazy long. Also, I'm getting old. I don't care about anything. Well, I do care about things, but I'm more of a nihilist now, I guess. Nihilist, if that's how you pronounce it. Well, tell you what, I think I've gone through all the comment section here. Let me leave you guys on something, or you peoples. Guys is very sex-oriented. Let's get rid of that. How about they, them? Any they, thems out there? Hi. I'm just going to leave you with a little production. Yes, it is a banjo, Anthony Mort. I'm going to play a little something. This is a song which is diatonically in the key of G, and then eventually I'm going to move out of the key of G. Tell me if you can notice when. Thanks for being here with me today. My name is Wago Howard. If you enjoyed the channel, please subscribe. Aloha to you all. Aloha, come on in.